human mind has this capability to generalize things, right? Generalizing means at some point of time you tend to think it always happens. Every time this is the way it is. Everybody do this. All of us like this, right? So these kind of thoughts, and what way it impacts your life, what way it impacts the kind of actions what you take, and what way it actually influences the kind of thoughts what you run in your mind a lot. Right? If you go ahead, check, whenever you generalize things, I still can recall one of the experiences what I had with a mom who came up to say, oh, it's too difficult with my child. I've checked everything and nothing works, and nobody can change him, right? So this is the kind of thought what the mom asked. So then the question what I asked the mom was this, so how many things you actually checked with your child? Then she said maybe hundreds of things, right? Nothing worked. So I gave her a paper, gave her a pen, asked her to write all those 100 things what you did with your child. Then she was like, 100 things? Then she started writing. Maybe one she did, maybe sometime I advised him, certain times I screamed at him, like that. She made a list. Maybe she wrote about like 4 or 5, and after that she was stuck. She was not able to write more. Then I said, you said you have like 100 things you checked with your son and nothing worked. Where are those hundreds? Then she said, may not be 100, maybe like 4 or 5. So the reality is this. What happens is your mind works this way. When you do something for the first time, you think, or you come back to say, I did it once, it never worked. And when you go ahead do it for the second time, you say, I checked twice and it has not worked. And you go ahead check for the third time, then still you can come back to say, oh, I checked it twice, it never worked. But when you do it for the fourth time, you never say, oh, I did it for 4 times, it never worked. Then what do you think? You think, I did it many times, it never worked, right? So because mind works this way, once, twice, thrice, many, right? So whenever you get into this kind of mindset, what really happens? It stops you from taking action, because at some point of time you tend to think, I checked everything, nothing works, which is a generalization. So everybody in this whole of the city is not maybe courteous, right? Because whom you have met, maybe like 10 people, 20 people, and then at some point of time your mind thinks, oh, I spoke to everybody, almost everybody is rude, right? Or you tend to think all my employees are like this, or you tend to think always men are not faithful, right? Or you tend to think always women talk a lot, or every child troubles their parents, right? So these are all the set of thoughts which runs in your mind, not after checking maybe 1,000 times, 2,000 times. You have just checked for 5 times, 10 times. So whenever you generalize things, check yourself. Should you have to recheck that? Whether you have more choices to change it. Say some point of time a business is not doing well, you feel very bad, so you decide to say like, I have checked everything, nothing works. Or maybe your relationship is not going good, your marriage is about to fall apart, where you check, oh, I checked everything, nothing works. So then you ask this question, have you really checked everything, right? The answer is always no. Maybe you have not checked everything. So this opens up more choices for you. This opens up more thoughts for you, where you can go ahead and check many more things to break in, many more things to reach what you really deserve to get.